Oh yeah. Hey everybody, Real Estate Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. Got a great story to share with you. It is about banks being in trouble, and it shows because they are lending less money. And remember, when banks make less loans, they make a lot less money, okay? I got a text from a mortgage insider that has been a subscriber to the channel for quite some time, owns the real estate crash course, and actually just filmed like 4 videos for me for the course. He sent me a text and he says here, he sent me a lot. He said, here is why I believe that our favorite ninja is onto something. Because he said, I don't necessarily agree with you. Like I agree with a lot, but not that we're gonna have this massive downturn, right? So he goes on to say, he goes, ninja's onto something. As a lender, we can see warning signs or storm clouds on the horizon earlier than most as we enter a tightening or a consolidation cycle. Now, the story that I'm gonna share with you, and just so you know, if you guys own the real estate crash course, there's going to be a couple of videos coming out over the next 2 months with him. We're going to go get them edited and get them up. Still adding lessons to those, and I'm still adding lessons to the bear market course. And hey, just so you know, there's a link down below. If you want to buy the course, it's $1,000. It's what I'm going to do today for the real estate crash course. I'll go ahead and auto enroll you in the bear market course as well. There's right now, I think combined, there's now, 78 videos or something like that. We're bringing a lot of value to people, and I'm very excited to go on this journey with you guys. And we're going to, and I guarantee people this, I guarantee that you're going to save 3 times that much buying your next house, or you'll make 10 times that much selling your next house. Because I look at things as an investor. So if you guys want the links down below, check this out. This story is out of Business Insider, and it goes right along with my mortgage insiders. And to give you an idea of the scope where this gentleman is, he's about to hit his 40th year in June of being a lender. He's owned his own mortgage company. He works for banks. He lends in every state, and he does everything from FHA, USDA loans to multifamily loans, including, that's what happens when you go live. You blank out. Oh my gosh, DSCR loans. Anyway, all right, here we go. Bank credit is shrinking for the first time since the Great Recession, and that's a red flag for the economy. Again, out of Business Insider, it says, a key gauge of economic health is the U.S. has sunk into negative territory, adding credence to some of Wall Street's more pessimistic growth predictions. Bank credit levels have now fallen for 3 quarters in a row, according to the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System, the first sustained contraction since 2010. This is only the second such decline in more than half a century. Okay, I don't need to repeat myself. When you hear quotes like phrases like that, when you get data like this, things are bad. And anybody down in the comment section say you're a doom and gloomer, you're an idiot. I don't know. If you want to trade insults, that's, and I'm just stating the positive, the obvious positive. I can barely speak. If you want to call me something, call me illiterate. That's a good one. But my point being is, this data is coming out, and you hear things, oh, it hasn't been this bad since the Great Recession. Well, actually, it's only done this twice in the last, half a century. Alarm bells start going off in your head. So again, this is the second such decline in more than half a century. The last one was during the Great Recession, brought about by the global financial crisis of 2008, 2009. The extended slump in bank lending comes as many Wall Street experts continue to project a pessimistic outlook for the economy, despite the surprisingly upbeat trend seen in 2023. There's no upbeat trend. They're smoking weed. I mean, what are they smoking? Think about this. Upbeat trend. They must be referring to the government cooked jobs numbers. Where they're saying, oh, look, we made this many jobs. They're not full-time jobs. No, they're still jobs. Like someone has 2 jobs, you count them twice. This is what we're dealing with right now. Optimistic 2023, high-profile investor Jeffrey Grunlich sees a 75% chance of recession this year, while private equity billionaire Henry Kravis has warned of heightened economic uncertainty. Who are those guys now? They're just rich people. Economists David Rosenberg and Steve Hanke I just had a total Chris Farley moment. Hanky. All right. Expect, oh, this just went to crap. Also expect a sharp downturn. Finally, an economist I could get on board with. Thank you, Rosenberg and Hanky. While market guru Gary Schilling has suggested a U.S. recession may already be underway. Bank credit is contracting for only the second time in 50 years. Tilio Martos, head of liquid assets at German insurer Constantinel Vigerabasamundabund. That's a really long word. I'm just saying. That's, you just sound it out, Ninja. Well, you can't. It's got like 40 letters. But anyway, this dude said it. He pointed out in a LinkedIn post this week. The credit contraction means that companies are borrowing less, with higher interest rates making it more expensive to take out loans. When it's harder to raise debt, businesses are less likely to press ahead with spending projects, which can further drag down economic growth. Between March of 2022 and July of 2023, the Federal Reserve jacked up interest rates from near zero to around 5.5% in a bid to clamp down on soaring consumer prices. The central bank has signaled that it will start loosening monetary policy once it's confident that inflation will fall in line with its 2% target. But until then, it'll be tougher for businesses to access credit. Now, going on to talk about recession warnings. The U.S. economy defied forecasters. It's because they lied. Gloomy predictions by dodging a recession last year. Oh my gosh. It's like, what do you want to do today, Ninja? Well, I'm going to just read a bunch of lies to the American people. I mean, it makes me feel dirty. I need a shower after reading some of this crap. They dodged a recession. No, the president changed the definition of it, and then they went and did a bunch of wartime spending. So do you feel like we're in a recession right now? I'm just curious. Here, poll time. Type 1 if you think we're in a recession. Type 2 if you don't. Let's real quick. It's like the Jeopardy song. I want to know what you guys think, because the government's telling you, and certain economists are telling you, oh no, we dodged a recession. No, there's absolutely no way. Thank you to everybody that's also hashtagging This Will Make You Rich and This Will Make You Rich channel. Really appreciate it. I get to go in and film tonight and tomorrow morning. I can't wait to get those videos edited for you. So it says they dodged a recession. Some Wall Street gurus believe central bankers are now in a position to engineer a so-called soft landing. Type 3 if you think there's no way in hello they are going to get a soft landing. Type 4 if you think no, there's totally a way they can engineer it. Now let me throw this out at you. The Fed could monetize a ton of debt and just buy bad assets like these CMBSs. Are they going to want to do that? If you look at how much the Fed has just done to bail out the banks recently, it's massive compared to 2008. But at the same time, we have to also understand that wealthy people get wealthier during bad times, not just good times. I know they're putting out all this information for you to see, saying the world's top 1% got richer, and yeah, copy, like everyone got richer. Everybody's pensions went up, everything, right? If you owned a car, I know it sounds crazy. This is a really bad way of putting it, but I'm going to say it. If you just owned a used car in 2018 and held onto it and sold it for a profit in 2023, they would have counted that as getting richer. Seriously, do you feel richer? No. That's why we know it's going down. See, all we have to do is watch the lower middle class and the lower class, the poor people, to see where this country's going. And the sad thing is, that is comprised of a majority of the percentage of American population. So all we have to do is, if they're having a hard time paying their bills, that means pretty soon corporations are going to have a hard time paying their bills, because they're not going to have people buying all their crap from China. It is literally, and I know I say that a lot, literally that simple. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, the lady that's always wrong, oh, we'll never see a banking crisis in my lifetime like we did in 08. Yeah, that's what she said in 2017. Wrong. She said the U.S. economy was seeing now what I think we can describe as a soft landing. Oh, Grandma Yellen. See, that's why they put her in place, because not only is she a mouthpiece for the Fed, and please understand this, I'm not insulting ladies of her age. I love my grandma. My wife will be a grandma one day. But I do have a problem with putting this sweet looking little lady that has always worked for the Federal Reserve since what, 1977, so like 47 years, and she's spouting out this crap. But it's just like what Ben Bernanke did in 2005. He straight up lied to the American people. Oh yeah, we got this mortgage thing lick. I'm paraphrasing, but he said everything's fine. He was 100% wrong. But then he went on after being in command during one of the greatest recessions in our country's history, going on to selling millions of dollars in books and going and doing book deals. That's insider stuff. This is how it works. So Janet Yellen says, I think we can describe this as a soft landing. Earlier this month, while the Fed's own officials haven't mentioned the dreaded R word since July, according to minutes from policymakers' last 3 meetings. They don't want to. But not everyone on Wall Street is so cheerful. JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon said earlier this month that he's still a little skeptical of the Goldilocks scenario because he's selling his stock right now in the nation's largest bank. The video is entitled, "The Banks Are in Trouble." Yeah, the biggest CEO that just made $36 million is selling some of his stock for the first time ever. Let me bring this a little bit back to reality. The guy makes $36 million, a record amount. People think that the bank's doing good. He's selling stock. Well, what is $36 million not enough? Think about this. All right. He goes on to say, he says this, he goes, a little skeptical. He thinks that Wall Street's a little skeptical of the Goldilocks scenario, could be Goldman's locks scenario, referring to an economy where the levels of growth, inflation, and unemployment look just right. I still think there's a chance of it not being a soft landing or higher than for other people, the billionaire banker told Fox Business. He says it's not terrible. It might be a mild recession or a heavy recession, he added, noting it's possible that the downturn bites in 2024. Let me ask you this. Do you think it's going to bite him? He made $36 million last year. I don't think so. Top economists like Hanke and Rosenberg have repeatedly flagged the possibility that the U.S. suffers from a severe slump in growth. Hanke said this week that he believes a recession will soon start to bite, while Rosenberg warned in August that it'd take a miracle to avoid a downturn. The pessimist outlook tends to hinge on a combination of factors, including the fact the economy is yet to feel the brunt of the Fed's aggressive rate increases and potential for ongoing wars in Ukraine and Gaza to drive up inflation and disrupt global trade. Contracting bank credit is another sign that they will be proven right. And that's what's happening. My spidey senses are up and tingling. I'm excited. I'm seeing more inventory hitting the market. There are less loans being made today than there were last year. It's just a fact. I don't care what you say. I want to thank everyone for hitting the thumbs up button. Thanks to both my awesome moderators, Carlos and Neil. And again, if you want to buy the real estate crash course, how to prepare for it, it's $1,000. If you buy it today, I'm going to go ahead and auto-enroll you in the bear market course too. So combined almost 80 videos. And in the next few months, I'm still adding videos to both. I'm going to make them the most valuable assets around to get ready for this next real estate crash. Hope you got something out of this. I thank you so much for watching. The Real Estate Ninja is out.